When was the last time you've done something embarrassing, whether it was to yourself, friends, coworker, family? Could be anybody's, nobody's left out on this one. There's a kid who had a freak accident and was completely embarrassed. We're going to go into it after I hear everybody else's embarrassing stories, because, I mean, isn't that why we're listening? To hear how embarrassing we are? So, Sophia, I want to hear about a time where you were like, dang.
So this is like... It was not that long ago, but it was kind of long ago. But
which one is it?
Well, it's like I was like 8 or 9.
Okay,
all right. So it wasn't that long ago. I'm still kind of young. So we went to White Post Farms, like the little petting zoo farm. You know that is, and we used to go all the time, but this time there was a really long line to get in, so I was like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. So my mom's like, all right, like, let's go. So, you know, when you're young, like, everybody goes with when you go. So we're like, all right, family trip to the bathroom. But it was a single person bathroom. And you know how like little kids are like afraid of like the automatic flushing?
Yeah, I have one kid who's just, like, very scared of that.
Yeah, so I was afraid of automatic flushing, but not only did this one automatically flush, but it also like disinfected in between.
How does it do that?
I don't know. Something about the seat would like spin and like disinfect. I've
never seen that.
No idea. Yeah. But apparently, as a 9-year-old, I was too small to like be sensed on the toilet seat. So everybody was fine, whatever. I went to go to the bathroom and it started to spin with me on the toilet seat. And me not knowing what that was in tears, like screaming like, Mom, help. Like I was so scared of the spinning toilet bowl that to this day, my family makes fun of me for it. And it still makes me mad that they make fun of me because I was little. Like, how was I supposed to know? But they sing that song like, you spin me right round.
Oh my.
On a regular basis to me, and I'm like, shut up. Shut up.
That is amazing.
I don't know how they disinfected, but that thing was weird, and it didn't sense me, and it was really scary. And I still get embarrassed by the story to this day.
Oh, man, I forgot who sings that song.
I don't even know.
Oh, man, that's a big song, too.
Yeah, on a regular basis, they'll be like, you spin me right round. I'm like, shut up. I can't.
Dang, I was trying to look it up, too, to see if like maybe I could play it for you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
No. I'm going to be haunted by the song for the rest of my life.
Wait. I think I found it.
No,
so, like... Did they just play this for you now? As like,
they'll like randomly put it on for like we'll be in the car and they'll like put it in the queue or whatever and just have it put on. I'm like, really? Like they just start singing. Like I'll just walk into a room, they'll be like, you spin me right. I'm like, all right, take a breath.
That is amazing.
I just got here. Yeah, Flo Rida did one, but this is like the OG, I think.
This is trash. Basura.
Yeah, that's the old people one.
That's the old people one. Let it go. Let it die.
This is Jamie's people one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you stop it. We have a caller. I'm so excited because you know what? Maybe, can you imagine it's your family?
Oh my God, I'll cry.
Caller, you are on air.
Good morning. This is Tom from Massapequa, and I was listening, and it's funny because you mentioned something. I'm an attorney, and we have a class action lawsuit against the inventor and the manufacturer of the Santa seat. The Santa seat is an automatic cleansing system where they put a liner over the top of a public toilet seat, and we currently represent 3,300 people to sue the inventor and the manufacturer. We'd like to know, because it caused some, developmental delays in children and ongoing lifetime crises. And we'd like to know if we understand you were horrified and you had some psychological trauma on the Santa seat when you were a youth. Is that correct?
Yes.
We'd like to know. I'd like to know. I could send you the information off air if you'd like to participate in the class action suit. They've already offered us a settlement. However, we might go to trial because there are two, and I can't mention the names at the moment. There are two celebrities that had this trauma in their life, and besides financial gain to the people or compensation, we're trying to prevent it from happening to future children of society because, it does cause trauma. And one of the things, if you could publicize it on your show, the trauma it caused you, and you actually you bring up a new perspective in which your family continues to remind you of the trauma, right? At public, like holidays, when you get together on Thanksgiving, you probably don't go more than 2 holidays a year without reliving this severe childhood trauma. Is that correct?
Not really, no. But I mean, not at holidays, not like when we're in the room together, yes, but not in like public stances.
Okay, well, whatever it is, you're entitled to any share that we get in the settlement. Just because would you have a witness that could document? It would make your case stronger that you were actually had this negative experience in your life with the Santa seat?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn,
that's crazy. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's odd, right? It's a small world, actually.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
No, you're not alone. You see, that's one of the things. When you go to therapy, your therapist should realize that you are not alone in this trauma.
You're right.
Do you think they'll play You Spin Me Right Round Like a Record, Dead or Alive, during the trial?
Well, you see, we never thought of that because we're just exploring our defense or, whatever. And that might be something, because that song, we'd have to see how many times a month that song is played on AM radio, right? And how many times that causes reliving the trauma. So that's a very good point. See, you bring some good points to this case if you're interested. It would increase their offer as we get more data like this. But do you know the location of where it happened? And was it you see, we could also go, like, if this was at a McDonald's, right? We actually have 3 retailers or restaurants in this lawsuit. Not only against the inventor of Santa Seat, I'm sorry, but the people that have utilized this in their public restroom.
I really appreciate you going so in depth with this. I really do. I think the best way to talk to Sophia about this is off air. So if you want to call her back later on, that would be wonderful. But thank you for calling. We really appreciate it.
All right. There's one more thing I need to just share with the person is they would be so just so you know, because this has to be known up front, they would be exposed to questions like cross-examination to the fact if they were doing a bowel movement or just urination. So they'd have to be able to discuss that in a public format if we do go to trial.
Well, thank you for calling. We really, really appreciate it. But I really think it'd be best if you would talk to Sophia off air about it. So thank you so much. But
you got to get that check.
That was wild.
I really appreciate it. And I really think that maybe if, do you still relive it when we play these?
Yeah. Trauma. Nightmare.
I was like, please stop. Turn it up. Make it stop. The voices. Help me.
I think I speak here for my coworker and potential client. I really wanted to know how much the compensation was going to be. If we're being honest, because what is the name of the toilet seat again? I mean, I think I have personal trauma.
I think we all have personal trauma.
I think we all have personal trauma. How much is that settlement again? Yeah, I can give you a great story.
I need this song to play every time I walk into a room now.
Start spazzing out. Oh, stop.
I can't. That was some iconic stuff right there.
I'm not alone, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're talking
wild.
about embarrassing times, and feel free to call in to 516-572-7440. When was the last time you've done something embarrassing, whether it was to yourself or maybe friends, coworkers, family? It doesn't matter who. It could be anybody, but there's a child who had a freak accident and was completely embarrassed. So if you have an embarrassing story, please chime in, but I'm going to go on to Gina next.
All right, you know how Ice Spice says much, right? You thought I was fooling you? Yeah, when I'm telling you, back in my like freshman high school, middle school era, I was down expeditiously because of these women, okay? Had me out here looking like Boo the Fool. Yeah, so I'm at a volleyball game and at my school, freshman year, right? May I remind you, I did a lot of kind of like in-school activities, so I knew a lot of the people, right? And this volleyball game was jam-packed. Like, it was a party there. Because our volleyball team was actually good. And volleyball was a nice sport. And I'm not saying that for all the wrong reasons. Volleyball, you know, we love volleyball. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm there. I'm on the bleachers, right? And it just so happens that my school is playing the school I originally played athletics for, because I went to a middle school, high school, conjoined school, but we didn't have athletics. So we went to the nearby high school to play JV and varsity. So they were there. That school that we used to travel to play sports for them was going against my team, right? Newport News, Virginia, right? Yeah. The game hadn't started yet, so I'm chatting it up with people that I used to go to school with, who play for the team. And it was this girl that I, like, when I'm telling you, was obsessed. Like, love. When I'm telling you love is blind, like, all the red flags were flagging and did not give a damn.
Was this the music in the background for it?
Oh my god.
Trauma. Yeah.
Nightmare.
Trauma. Looking back, I'm like, I don't know what I saw, but back then it was like, oh, mommy, why doesn't she love me? But yeah, so I'm walking. She trying to flex in front of me, in front of her teammates, right? She's trying to flex on me in front of her teammates, and she saying something just like outlandish stuff, but me being Mr. Dramatic, I said some Disney Channel stuff, started tearing up, but I didn't want nobody to see it, so I started running down the I started running down the bleachers, right?
Are you talking like High School Musical, like Troy, and then she's like running away, and they're like Vanessa?
Yes, but
stuff
blooper
like that.
edition, because I missed the last 5 steps going in the
No way.
I just told y'all the gym was jam packed. And it was between sets, so it was quiet. And all you hear,
Are you saying all you hear is like?
no, all you hear is boom, boom, boom. Like, that's it. And I'm like, and you hear a couple. You hear the people who were laughing back then. I didn't think it was funny, but
Were they like, ooh?
Nah,
they was like,
be for real. That was hilarious.
Now it was, but in the moment I was legit in pain. You had somebody's aunt. She's like, "Oh, baby, are you okay?" Then you had somebody in the back like, "Ooh," and somebody else in the back was like, "Damn." So, come to find out, I ended up going to the hospital that night because I sprained my ankle.
Oh my god!
But it was the fact that I had the limp and realized that I couldn't walk on it. So now I'm sitting here at the back of my school with the person that just insulted me, waiting for my mother to come pick me up to take me to the hospital. So not only did I receive primary embarrassment, it was on multi levels that day. Okay,
That's wild.
yeah. Needless to say, I moved up here and was able to get a fresh start because thankfully it was after school activity and nobody was talking about it the next day. Yeah.
But people didn't ask you like what happened to your leg.
Oh yeah, and I told them I found out the bleachers, and then they laughed. Then so the embarrassment continued.
Nobody recorded it?
No. Damn it. They didn't predict I was gonna fall, but they should have known.
Yeah, but usually
I got a pretty high BMI. I should not be going down the steps as fast as I was. I was speeding.
Damn, speeding.
Yes, beating.
Speeding. Okay.
My feet and my body did not cooperate with me.
two different
That's mad funny. Yeah.
speeds, I guess. Nico, how do you top these two stories?
Yeah, I don't think I can. I think mine's just more depressing.
Okay.
Basically, I was embarrassed. Prom
Prom
was embarrassing. Yeah, last year.
last year. Oh my god, you
Jamie, I'm young.
child.
Nah, so I was in a long distance relationship. Mm-hmm. And she was gonna come to my prom.
Yeah.
And all my friends knew her, like they were talking to her, they were hyping me up because she was gonna come for my prom, and they were all gonna meet her. And we broke up that morning, and I went to prom alone. I was there for an hour and a half, and I left early.
No, Nico.
No, it was okay though, because the after prom party was fun. But like,
No, that sucks. That,
No, it
like,
sucked, though.
She stood you up in a
yeah.
sense.
yeah. So then, like for 45 minutes at prom, people were just asking me, "Where is she? Where is she? Where is
Oh,
she?"
that's the worst.
And I'm just like,
That's
yeah,
so
you see
bad.
that.
Did
She
she
got ran
do
over
it?
by a train.
Oh. Did she do it to you, or you did it, or was it mutual, or?
Nah, well, it's such like a long story to get into, but I did break up with her.
Okay.
It was deserved.
Okay. Okay. I guess we can leave it at that. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, she went crazy.
I go crazy. I go stupid.
Exactly like that.
Okay. So I guess we could dive right into why we're talking about this. There was a kid, like I mentioned before. He was out golfing, I'm pretty sure with his father. He was 16 years old, right? This boy's 16 years old out in Utah, and he's golfing with his dad, right? And I don't even know how to say this correctly. He went to go pick up the ball, right? The golf ball, and he lost one of his own balls.
Oh, I heard about this.
How?
So for some reason, when he was born, you know how like the sac of the man's area
The ball sack.
is supposed to be closed so they don't move, you know, so they can like jingle like bells.
Jingle bells.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
unfortunately, this man's was not closed. His sack was open for presents like Santa's, and unfortunately, it shot right up into his stomach.
Ain't gonna tell you nuts, man. Oh, damn.
Yeah. And the kid was in pain. He was, he said he felt some nausea because it was up into his actual stomach, his ball, not the golf ball. And they had to give him painkillers. And it winded up being that he had to go ahead and go under some type of surgery so they can retrieve this ping pong ball from his stomach, basically, because it's not his action,
Oh.
They had to take his ball, put it back into where it belonged inside Santa's sack, and then sew it shut so it doesn't leave.
His kids are having a field day. Is they're even there?
Nah, them kids gonna end up messed up.
They took a trip to the moon and back.
He has been suffering this apparently since he was a child, and he had no idea, like, from the womb. Like, this is something
So
that...
he's 16 years old, so he's just walking around life with an open sack.
So he was basically
How does he
bitch made
not-
from the jump.
Like, did he not know?
Not, like, open to the point where, like...
But like, it's open.
No, not open that you see it. It's open internally.
L sack, yo. That's rough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like from the
me
inside,
personally-
it's open. Not from the outside where it's like, oh, just bent over, there's my testy on the floor. Not like that.
Wow.
I lost it. Sorry, can you pick that up for me? It fell out.
Like
It's
figuratively
shopping at, like, you go into the supermarket, you're looking for some cherries. Oh, there it is.
Figuratively speaking, like
It's not like that.
dang. Well, literally speaking, actually, his
Ew,
mother.
imagine someone ate that on accident.
No balls, yo. Wait, so did he like? Because you said one in his stomach. Did he poop it out?
No, it just shot up there when he bent over. Like, he literally bent over to pick up this golf ball, and it, like, shot one of his own balls up. I don't know how that happened.
Physics is
I
insane.
must have
For a
bent
ball.
over with force then for
Yeah,
that
for real.
back up inside you. Like
It doesn't say, like,
that's
what really
crazy.
happened.
It must have been on its way up there anyway.
He
Yeah,
said he went to
probably.
the bathroom, right, after he bent over to pick up the golf ball. And he went to the bathroom and he noticed that one of his balls is not there.
Y'all can see that?
I guess he noticed that it was just empty.